What if only one child was born per family? No brothers, no sisters, no shared childhoods, just one future per household. Imagine a world shaped by a single, unbreakable rule, the one-child mandate, a world remade in the name of order, of stability, of logic. But in solving the problems of our planet, what did we lose of ourselves? In the beginning, it felt like a dawn. Cities, once bursting at the seams, began to breathe again. Resources, once strained, became abundant. Classrooms were smaller, attention more focused. On the surface, it was a utopia of efficiency. Every child was a treasured miracle, the sole focus of their parents' love, their hopes, their dreams. Childhood was a golden age, bathed in the warm light of undivided attention. A single bicycle in the driveway, a single swing in the backyard, pushed by two loving hands. A single set of drawings on the refrigerator, each child a prince or princess in their own quiet kingdom. But kingdoms can be lonely. The laughter on the playground started to sound different. It was there, but it was thinner, less chaotic. The shared secrets whispered between bunk beds vanished into the night. The wrestling matches on the living room floor, the squabbles over the last cookie, the protective arm of an older sibling, the adoring gaze of a younger one. These became stories from a forgotten time, relics of an unruly past. Children grew up surrounded by adults, their conversations measured, their games solitary. They learned to be self-reliant, yes, but they never learned the messy, beautiful, essential dance of brotherhood and sisterhood. As this first generation stepped into adulthood, the silence grew louder. They carried an immense weight on their shoulders. They were not just a son or a daughter. They were the *only son, the *only daughter. The sole repository of family history, the single pillar of support for aging parents, the one and only branch on the family tree. The pressure to succeed, to be perfect, to not disappoint, was crushing. There was no sibling to share the burden, no one who understood the unique pressure of being the one. Family gatherings became smaller, quieter. Aunts and uncles became abstract concepts, cousins a generation that would never exist. The rich, sprawling tapestry of family life, with all its vibrant, chaotic threads, was trimmed down to a single, fragile strand. Then, the true cost began to reveal itself, not in economic charts or population graphs, but in the quiet rooms of quiet houses. Parents aged, sickness came, and the one child, now an adult, stood alone. They juggled their career, their own life, and the full-time care of two parents. There was no brother to call for advice, no sister to fly in and help for a week. The support system we had taken for granted for millennia had been legislated out of existence. Hospitals felt colder, their hallways echoing with a new kind of emptiness. The caregivers were stretched thin, not by numbers, but by an overwhelming sense of isolation. Humanity had become an archipelago of lonely islands. We had engineered a world without rivalry, without the fight for attention, but in doing so, we had engineered a world without the deepest, most primal form of alliance. We had traded the chaos of a large family for the sterile order of a small one, and in that quiet, we finally heard what was missing. It was the sound of a shared memory, the echo of a sibling's laugh, the unspoken understanding that no matter what, you were not alone in this world. We had gained stability, but we had lost the very thing that made us resilient, that taught us to share, to fight, to forgive, to love with a fierceness born of a shared past. We had lost the family. A world with fewer people might be a quieter world, a more efficient world. But is it a better one? We look at old photographs now, of big, messy families crowded around a dinner table, and we feel a pang of something we can't name. It's a ghost limb, a phantom pain for a connection we never knew. If you could choose, would you trade the bond of siblings for a promise of stability? In this quiet, ordered world we created, what would you decide? Subscribe for more stories that make you question everything. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next.